Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s place was long ago secured in American history.
Tonight, some wondered, what would he be doing if he were still alive? What would he think of the world we live in today? News Channel 5's Rochelle Ritchie has more on what some had to say about those very questions. Rochelle?
Well, Kelly and Michael, no one can give a definitive answer on what Dr. King would be doing or what he would think of the state of our country today. But because of his life, his past, and his speeches, some believe he left a pretty good idea.
Will one day live in
On the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "I have a dream."
I have a dream today.
On the balcony of a Memphis hotel in 1968, the civil rights leader was slain, but his message endures.
Because he practiced what he preached.
Tonight, another preacher, a poet, and a community activist sat down in Delray Beach to talk about Dr. King's legacy.
What would he be doing today?
Dr. King would be 83 years old now had he lived. An elderly man, but no one here could imagine him any less energetic or inspirational.
Somebody like Dr. King would be just on the cusp of getting drawn into politics.
From civil rights to how we fight terrorism to fights over gay marriage, this panel says Dr. King would still be speaking out passionately.
And I think that if Martin Luther King was here with us today, he would tell you, I would stand up for the gay man and the gay woman's civil rights just as quick as I would stand up for my mother's and my daughter's civil rights.
Panelist Pablo Del Real says Occupy protests across the country are echoes of the marches Dr. King once led. Cries for equality.
He spoke a lot about selective buying campaigns as a way to pressure the economic elite.
Many argue President Obama is the embodiment of King's fight for racial justice and a colorblind society. But the Reverend William Stokes says there is still more to be done.
I think Dr. King would be absolutely grieved at black-on-black crime.
Yeah.
I think he would be grieved at the incarceration rates of young black men today.
What would Dr. King say? Where would he be today? Nearly 44 years after his death, Martin Luther King Jr. Day reminds us of all the people inspired to keep his trailblazing dream alive.
Dr. King is still alive in all of us. We keep him alive and we keep his movement going.
The panel also discussed whether or not Dr. King would support some of the current. All of the panelists agreed that he would not, saying that he would continue to have that anti-war attitude, just like he did during Vietnam. Live tonight in West Palm Beach, Rochelle Ritchie, WPTV, News Channel 5.